Hello and welcome to our first ever Google Classroom video. So as we start our STAAR practice for this year, we're going to have three major stations. We're going to have like a guided notes station, a small group station, and a Prodigy station in every single class. And there will be slightly different expectations for each of those stations. If you're participating in the guided notes station, which is kind of like what we're doing right now, you're expected to follow all technology rules when using the Chromebooks, because all of this is going to be on Google Classroom. So like using the same program that we're using right now, this is kind of how all of our guided notes are going to go from now on, instead of the traditional like me being at the front of the room and y'all taking notes as I'm, whoopsies, my lights turned off. No, turn back on. Come on, guys. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so because you will be on the Chromebooks, I need you to bring headphones to class every single day. So that other people who are watching the same video aren't hearing like my voice on one point and you're on a different point, and it could just be kind of confusing. So we do need to bring headphones every single day. If you have a question during the guided notes, because it's not going to be in the normal setting where I'm talking in front of you, we have to make sure that we're writing down all of our questions. So when you come to small group, then you can ask me. So you can just write like a question mark in the corner and say, this is my question. One question from the classwork will be chosen every single day for a grade. So this will just be after the video. You'll see a link on Google Classroom and it'll say question, and you'll pick, it's just one of the questions from the classwork will be chosen, and I'll grade that from Google Classroom. So even if it's answered correctly on your paper, if it's not turned in on Google Classroom, you will not get credit for that question. And obviously, because I'm not going to be right next to you, making sure that you're answering every question, that you're paying complete attention, it is up to you to give 100% effort on this stage. I'm not going to be right next to you. I can't make sure that you do that. So this is kind of up to you and your integrity. Our second station, you will be pulled by me or Miss Hughes. If you work with Miss Hughes, you will likely go to her. If you've never worked with Miss Hughes before, you will likely be in my group. Small group expectations, we need you to come prepared with any questions that you have from the guided notes section. So like you can't ask questions in a video, right? But when you get pulled for your small group, then it's kind of your opportunity to say, hey, Miss Amora, I saw this thing on the video. I didn't quite understand. Could you please explain further? Or, hey, Miss Hughes, Miss Amora said this thing on video. Could you please explain further? Again, just like guided notes, we need 100% effort in our small groups because we're prepping for STAAR. This is our last opportunity to go over this information, and we want to make sure that everyone in the small group is contributing the same amount and I'm not just calling on the same people over and over again. And our last station is probably your favorite, the Prodigy station. So expectations for Prodigy, your packet, which will always be 4 pages, like, well, 2 pages front and back. Your packet needs to be completely finished by your class time the next day. So this isn't like, oh, well, I finished it in study hall the next day. Like, it needs to be done by the time you come into class the next day. So what that looks like for today's class, you can either choose, okay, I'm going to complete my packet now and play Prodigy for homework, or you can play Prodigy now and complete your packet for homework. Either way, you're going to have about 1 page of extra work. So work that is not covered in small group, not covered in my guided notes. You'll have 1 page of stuff that only you are responsible for. If your homework is not done at the beginning of class, you're going to sit on the sidelines and complete it silent solo. So what that looks like is no Chromebooks, which also means no Prodigy that day if your homework is not done. What I need from y'all today, you are going to write your name. So I, Miss Zamora, promise to put in 100% effort for all of STAAR Bootcamp and follow directions the first time. I understand that failure to follow directions or stay on task will result in a strike that day and could affect my or my teammates' score on the STAAR test. The Math STAAR is on May 13th, which is a Monday. I need you and your parents to sign this paper. This is your homework It needs to be turned in tomorrow. Alrighty, guys. So at some point during today's class, I will be pulling you for a small group so you can kind of see what that's like. And then when you're done with this video, if you have not been pulled for your small group yet, you may log on to Prodigy and complete that until I pull you.